1, 2, 3. Trust me.
What up, look, this is Lee Knows Podcast. I am your host, L. Gregory. What's going on? I am here with top 5. He is top 10, but I'm going to say top 5 dead or alive. Your DJ's favorite DJ, J.O.Dolla.
What's going on, bro? What's good, bro?
Chilling, man, chilling.
My man.
So, funny story. We're from the same place. We're from Staten Island. We're from Staten Island, but we didn't know we lived here until social media.
Yep.
I forgot who posted what, but it was I think I commented, and then he was like, yo, L, what's good? Where you live at now? I was like, Charlotte. He's like, wait a minute.
Me too.
Me too. I said, stop playing. So long story short, he has the best house parties, hands down, out here in Charlotte. The best house parties. He used to. I have a picture of him DJing on an iPad.
Facts.
With a towel underneath it so it didn't overheat. He is now the top 10 DJ in Charlotte. Didn't even request for it. He was appointed top 10 DJ, number 7 to be exact. Top 10 DJ in Charlotte. So I had to get him on the show to talk about where he's been, his journey, and why he chose to do what he does so amazingly. So without further ado, J.O.Dolla, a.k.a. Golden Hands, man. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, bro?
So,
that was an introduction, by the way.
Hey, off the top of the dome.
Lee knows. I do appreciate it. What's good, man?
Everything. What's going on with you, though? So to come out to North Carolina, and let's start there. What prompted the move?
Honestly, I used to work for a tech company and lost a job.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And at that point, I really had nothing else going on, and I was like, you know what? Let's make a move. I had family moving prior to that. So it was nothing else really left for me in Staten Island, and just Charlotte was just the place I landed.
I mean, thank God you're here. Because Charlotte is lit. It's a lit place. If you've never been here, there's actually a lot to do.
A lot.
And coming from Staten Island, the change of pace.
Different.
It's so slow.
Different.
No offense.
Different.
It's so slow though. But if he and I stay like this,
grind,
and that's how. So DJing, the little background, Troy B, your older brother, did he teach you how to DJ?
Yes. So my older brother is a DJ. Shout out to DJ Troy B, my mentor. Honestly, I used to just sit and listen to him and watch him play. He would play until wee hours in the morning. My mother would get mad. Troy, stop playing so damn loud. Boom, 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 boom. And I used to just sit and watch him. And then after a while, he would let me spin, and I just picked up a lot of stuff from him.
When did you start taking it seriously? So he was like, you know what? I'm actually good at this. When did you start honing in on it?
I would say when I was a teenager is when I started taking it seriously.
Okay.
Not as a job or to make money or anything like that, but knowing that I had the skills for it.
Okay, and you've been doing it so long that you've actually been able to quit your full-time job.
Yep.
So dope. Take notes.
Yeah.
It didn't happen overnight. Notice I told you he started on an iPad to being the top 10 to being able to live strictly off of his dream and his passion to quitting his job and living free.
Yep.
He's always somewhere new. This is Jay Bucket right here. Jay Bucket. He's always somewhere new. Somewhere new.
I like that.
So doing what you do, what motivates you to get up every single day to go all out and provide the service that you do?
Honestly, I love being responsible for people having a great time and just smiling on their face. That just gives me so much joy. Being the reason why it just makes someone's day really special.
Okay. And pet peeve, what do you hate most? The request?
Yes. You don't even have to continue. You don't even have to continue. Yes. Requests. DJs hate requests. Hate it with a passion.
You heard it first.
With a passion.
You heard it first. So you'll be like, you know what? I'll take the request. Yeah, coming up soon.
Most of the time, I never play it.
It's never coming up.
When a DJ tells you, oh, yeah, I got you, we never play.
What was your favorite place to play?
I wouldn't say place, but event or wedding.
Wedding?
I love weddings.
Oh,
love weddings.
Weddings?
Love
Why
it,
weddings?
Love it. While the preparation might be more than playing at a club or something like that, the results are better. So, you know, of course, that's the bride and groom's most important day, their most special day ever.
Right.
So, and I'm taking part of that.
Very true.
Not only that, the perks are good, the money's better.
Touche.
And I mean a lot of perks. So if it's an open bar wedding, I get to drink. I get to eat. Good food. You know what I mean?
Very true.
Yeah.
Now, you have 2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
2 boys. The oldest, college bound. Congrats on that. The youngest just started school. Now, how's that going? Because it's the ending but the beginning.
Yep.
And then it's the beginning. So how is it having your young one? Because your oldest is so smart.
Right.
But how is it having the youngest watching do what you do? Is he inspired to be a DJ?
Yes. So I don't know if he's inspired to be a DJ, but he's inspired musically. Because I have a musical gene somewhere. Like all of my brothers and sisters either sing or DJ or something like that. And I think it's just trickled down to him.
So growing up, how we grew up, I want to touch on that a little bit because everything is not glitters and gold. Being born on Staten, can you just speak on the struggles that you had to overcome and the mindset that you had to carry in order to pursue and make sure that pursue your goals and make sure that you stayed straight on the path? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, we didn't grow up in the best place in the world, but somehow my mother made sure that, like, I stayed on a straight path. Although the streets that I was raised in wasn't good, I still had a head on my shoulders. So because of that, I was able to at least channel my desires, my dreams, stuff like that into production, into doing stuff that I wanted to do.
Right.
Then when I moved out here, I let go of that hood mentality completely. It was like, I don't live there anymore. I'm not even going to subscribe to that type of mentality. And plus I have kids now. So being a parent also raises you. While you're raising them, you're raising yourself.
And that's one of the quotes that I've heard this month, actually. No, last month. November just started. As a child, you don't realize that your parents are growing as well.
Yep.
And I was like, wow.
I've grown more as a parent, as a man. I should say I've grown more as a man being a parent than I've ever grown in my life.
That's a real statement.
It's
so true.
It's true.
So because they're watching every move you make.
Yep.
And God was with you with Jay. Jay is amazing, phenomenal kid.
18 years old.
And Bray, he's your spitting image. He's your spitting image.
Everybody says that.
Your spitting image, man.
Everybody says that.
From the walk to the facial expressions.
Tell that to his mother. His mother swears he looks like her. Everybody's like, no, Josh, that's your twin.
My daughter's mother does the same. She looks just like me.
No.
She doesn't. So growing up in that environment, your mother making sure you're on the straight and narrow. Your friends. How did you choose your circle?
Honestly, my circle kind of chose me. And I don't mean in a literal sense. I mean, I'm always a product of the company that I keep. So when I put out certain energy, that type of energy always comes back. So the friends that quote unquote chose me were those same type of people. Very goal oriented, very headstrong, very successful men. And I don't mean men and women. And I don't mean successful necessarily in their jobs or their careers or even money or anything like that. I just mean everybody's a stand-up person, and I make sure to keep that type of person around me.
As you should. Should. I mean, it's a true statement. If they're not, and it's going to sound bad to some of you because your mindset is not there, but if they're not on your level, if they're not where you want to be, or trying to get to where you are at, you don't need to surround yourself with that type of environment.
That's a fact.
Moving into Charlotte, transitioning into Charlotte, when did you start to lay your foundation with the music business, with DJing?
Honestly, it might have been that party. That was
Was
New
it
Year's
that
Eve.
party? Yes.
New Year's Eve.
It was pre-beard.
It might have been that party because if you remember, I rocked that party
You did kill
on an
that.
iPad.
On an iPad. He did kill
Although
the
it was just
iPad.
friends and family, I was like, I can move a crowd, and that's one of the biggest things about being a DJ is moving a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about playing songs; it's about reading the crowd. And I was able to do it on an iPad, and after that, I was like, I might as well make money doing it. I always started investing in my equipment, investing my time, and investing my money, and here we are.
Where do you get your creation from?
What do you mean by that?
Like the music, so I know when DJing, you feed off the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a next song pop in your head automatically. Once you see them moving, you're like, all right, let me play this next.
Yes. So I believe DJing is about playing the unexpected song at the right time.
Ooh,
if that makes sense.
It does.
So it's going to be something that you wouldn't know is about to hit you. And then when it does hit you, it just feels good. So that's the reading the crowd part. When I know that this song is going to hit that person.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
now,
which is why we hate requests, by the way.
Because
requests are personal. Like people want to hear what they want to hear, and
Right.
they don't care about what the other 100 people want to hear.
I was about to say that.
You know what I mean?
Because it throws you off.
It throws you off.
Because you're in your zone, you're locked in, and then you got Jane or John saying, "Hey, Mr. Dollar,
Yep.
can you play this?"
Mm-hmm. But the key to being locked in is to be not locked in. If
True.
it makes sense. So I could have a game plan,
Mm-hmm.
and then the crowd will dictate a different type of vibe, and I have to go with that. I can't be locked into the point where I'm just playing what I want to hear or want to play.
This man has played Tevin Campbell in the middle of a club and had the whole thing rocking.
I started that, by the way. A lot of DJs do that.
They do.
I started that.
They do.
Without playing. But.
Solid disco. Everybody was singing top of their lungs. Tevin Campbell.
Yeah.
And it was 3 DJs. But he had everybody.
It was 7. Remember, they kept rotating.
There was? Okay. My apologies.
No, I didn't.
There were 7.
It was 7.
So, where do you want to take the DJing? Do you want it to be like the best in the world, or how far do you want it to go?
So even the best in the world is subjective. Like a lot of popular DJs don't mean they're good.
True.
Just because they're popular. So I don't know if the best in the world. I want to be the best to people, if that makes sense. I like somebody coming up to me. Now I get a lot of times when I go out, like to a bar, people will come up to me and be like, "This would be better if you were DJing." And that makes me feel good. And it doesn't mean that I'm critically acclaimed throughout the world, but if I'm critically acclaimed to one person, that's dope to me.
So, I know you said weddings, but besides weddings, do you prefer your house parties or DJing other events?
Other events. And I'll say that because I get to be more flexible.
Okay.
So I'm just learning the younger crowd, which is probably the last zone that I had to get into in order to.
And do you go to Jay for that?
Yes. I go to Bray for that.
Bray?
Braylon's 8 years old.
Wow.
Braylon is
Wasn't
8 years
expecting
old.
that one.
And my stepson, MJ, he's 10 years old.
Wow.
He used to give me all the when he was 5, he would know all the songs.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't expect Bray.
Bray.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know the TikTok dances. And
I have no clue.
I'm
out on TikTok.
Me neither.
My fiance tells me all the time, "Babe, get on TikTok."
Me neither.
I'm not. It's not. I have to feel it. I don't feel it.
I have to know it. I just learned who King Von is 3 days ago.
It's true. It's true. Rest in peace. But
I'm joking, but
we're old heads.
I'm old.
What do you want us to do?
But
So
if I stayed in that pocket, I wouldn't be a good DJ.
it's
If
very
I played
true.
for 40-year-olds,
That's one thing I have to say. You are very versatile. He's probably one of the only DJs I know that still play house.
thank you, sir.
Because house, for some reason, disappeared. But house is one of my favorites.
Me too. And I got that from my brother, DJ
Troy B. Shout out Troy B. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out Troy B.
Happy birthday.
Hove, happy birthday to Hove.
Europe.
Another one of our friends, close in the circle.
Yeah.
Our dear brother.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Hove.
Happy birthday to you from April.
Oh, wow. Wow, I'll take the April.
Since we're doing belated, everybody.
I'll take the happy belated birthday to
Thank
you.
you, sir.
You know?
I had one last year, too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was I
And the
there?
year before that. Same day.
I don't think I was there on that day.
Probably not. But yeah,
I was there this year.
I have a birthday every year.
You
Same
sure?
day.
Same day. I
Every
don't
year.
know how that happens.
It's rare, but I mean, every day.
I don't know how that happens.
Every year. It's weird.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That's very, very funny. But yes, so growing, like I want to go back because I want people to understand the struggles of being and not just an entrepreneur, but, and I hate to use this term because I don't like putting ourselves in a box, but a black entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to your black consumers and your other ethnical consumers, when you give them the price, you know, I know you're going to be 100% honest with me.
Yep.
When you give them the price,
Yep.
who tries to haggle you more on the price?
Black people. That's 100% honest. And I don't know if it's they're trying to haggle or if they're just trying to shop around.
Okay.
So they're just trying to get the best deal they can. I don't know if they're trying to lowball me, but I think they're just trying to get the best deal they can. Oftentimes I explain to them when people try to negotiate the price. First of all, my price is it's not negotiable.
It shouldn't be.
Secondly, I explain the value. Value to me is a lot different than price. So what happens is you may get a cheaper price,
right,
with a less skillful DJ.
Very true.
Right, so you get what you pay for. So I try to explain to them that you're getting a good value with me because you're getting professional service with professional equipment, a really good DJ at an affordable price.
Right.
I'm not the cheapest, I'm not going to lie, but I'm not the most expensive.
Right.
Because oftentimes you can get an expensive DJ who's not good. At least with me, you heard about me somehow.
Very true.
Right? Somebody gave you my number or you viewed my website. You heard about me somehow.
Right.
Right? So for you to come up to me and inquire, you know I'm nice. Right?
Very
so
true.
at this point, you got to pay for that.
So, and maybe haggle wasn't the best.
Yeah, I don't know if they...
So let discount. Who would try to say, hey, is there a discount available? Can I get it for this price? Because, you know, in New York, if we on Fulton Street and the store up the block has a fresh pair of J's for $100, you could go down the street and say, hey, I just saw this for $100. Can I get it for $80? And they'll give it to you for $80. Does the same thing happen with DJing? Yes,
which is when I explain to them that if you find the same pair of sneakers
which they
for cheaper, go for the cheaper price.
Right.
The problem is you're not finding the same pair of sneakers. You're finding a better pair of sneakers. So this is why you have to you have to pay more. And
I'm don't get me wrong. I'm asking these questions for reasons. I want you to understand that the price is the price.
Price is the price.
But we always put ourselves in a box. But when we give out our services, it's only us who ask for the discount. But like J.O.Dolla just said, the price is the price. And now that he's top 10, top 5 dead or alive, your DJ's favorite DJ, yesterday's price is not today's price. So
that's a fact.
Yeah, that's an absolute fact.
That's a fact. I definitely raised my prices after that. Definitely.
I believe you.
Definitely raised my prices.
I would have too. That's why you call him Jay Bucket. Where's your favorite place to fly to? I know you've DJed plenty of other places, but to pick up and go or drive wise, where's your favorite place to go?
Probably Costa Rica. I love Costa Rica. I was thinking about going in January actually.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, I love it out there for some reason.
Dope. If I'm free, I'll tag in. I'll tag in.
Other than Costa Rica though, honestly, my favorite destination was Colombia.
Ooh, I've never been to Colombia.
About South America is just amazing.
I've never been to Colombia.
The people are beautiful. The food, the nightlife, the culture, the sights.
How was it DJing in Puerto Rico?
That was dope. My favorite, I would say, travel destination to DJ was Martinique.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was nice.
You don't hear that.
That was nice, and that was spontaneous. My family and I, we went into a bar, and they have no like Americanized culture whatsoever out there.
Right.
So we went into the bar. It was like a desolate bar, just off the beaten path. And we started drinking. And next thing you know, they had DJ equipment there. So I told the owner, "Hey, I'm a DJ," and he was like, "Yeah."
Stop.
And I said, "Yeah." He said, "All right, play." And then I played and rocked it. Rocked it.
Time out.
I didn't have my laptop with me. I was able to just use their equipment.
So
I just
you went on a family vacay.
Me, my mother, and my sister.
And there was a spot, or was a bar, a club?
It was a bar.
A bar. And there was a DJ. There was DJ equipment there. And you noticed the equipment. And the owner was there as well. He said, "Hey, you know I DJ?" And he said, "Have at it."
He said,
and you killed it.
Well, what happened was everybody was just quiet, and it was just very, I want to say, dead. Okay. So my mother and I were like, in America, this is what we do. We dance, we drink, we have shots. Like they don't do that type of stuff. Okay. So my little sister helped, and we were like, let's just clear out some of these tables and make a dance floor, and trust me, we'll get people in here. Right. And I went to the owner. I was like, "I see you have equipment. Can I play?" He said, "Yeah, have at it."
And you shut down Martin.
Shut it down.
Holy. See, this is why he is only he could do that type of stuff. Years ago. These are the stories that I love. I live vicariously through him. That's crazy. To actually go to a location and not planned and shut it down.
I never even heard of Martinique prior to that trip. My little sister actually.
I'm not gonna lie, T mentioned it just now. I act like I knew what he was talking about. I had no clue.
It's in the French Caribbean, which is so weird. Like it's just because you see like Rastas out there. Wow. And I'm thinking I'm gonna eat like curry goat and stuff like that, but it's French. Wow. So you see Rastas out there eating baguettes.
So he says baguettes. So one time we went to Myrtle Beach. I always use the story, and they said, "Yo, L, you're in charge of the snacks." I said, "Okay, cool." So I go to the grocery store and I get a bunch of stuff. And I go, they don't see what I have. I get a bunch of stuff. I put it in the car. We drive 3.5 hours to the beach. Yep. And we unload, and I'm unloading the snacks. He walks past the bag. He goes, "Are these croissants?"
Yes.
He said, "Bro, hold on." Puts the croissants down. "Is this mustard cheese?" I said, "Who brings mustard cheese and croissants to a guy's trip?"
I think he's going to pick up Doritos and Heinekens.
But every single morning,
chips.
Every morning, who had croissant sandwiches? So if someone came up to you, which I'm pretty sure these young guys do, and say, "Mr. Dollar, Mr. Dollar, I want to be a DJ so badly. I see what you do, and I love everything that you play. How can I become a DJ like you? What steps do I have to take?"
It depends. If they're coming to me for help, I'll gladly take them under my wing.
Let's say they're coming to you for mentorship.
Gladly take them under my, but I make sure they're committed. Okay. And by committed, I mean I'm up sometimes till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, just downloading music. Okay. Right. People don't understand that part, that DJs have to have the music. We have to get it from somewhere. Right. So that's work. Hours and hours of work. We're talking thousands and thousands of songs that you have to get or pay for.
Very true.
So that's number one. Secondly, not only time, but they have to be willing to invest. So you got to have equipment. You have to. Number 3, you got to practice. And I would make sure, I help them as far as teaching, but also they got to practice.
So number 1 was committed. Number 2 was invest. And number 3 is practice. Practice. So I add a 4th and I say work ethic goes with the practice, because you have to be consistent in whatever you do. The consistency. You're up to 2-3 in the morning downloading songs only.
That's it. That's it.
Like, and you're right. They just see the end result. They don't see what it takes to become top 5 Dead or Alive, your DJ's favorite DJ, He's gonna use that drop one day.
I am.
J.O.Dolla. That's why I keep saying it.
I need you to send me that bite. Send me that bite.
So you gave me 3, I gave you the 4th. Mm-hmm. Give me 5 things that you would actually tell somebody. Because what I also love about Jay is that he's freakishly smart. He's very outspoken, and his word, I don't even know how he comes up. You must have read a dictionary or something when he was a kid. I don't know how he, like the words he used sometimes, before I reply back, like, all right. Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm not Stephen A. Smith or anything.
He's lying. This is the man that you ever see on Facebook or on Instagram how people start conversations just to have the feedback? He baits people for the feedback because he does. Because he loves a good conversation, a good debate. He loves a good debate. So if a guy comes up to you or a woman, if a woman or a guy comes up to you and says, "Hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. What do I have to do?" Not even a DJ, entrepreneur. What do I have to do? What 5 steps would you give them to do or to take to be an entrepreneur and whatever they wanted to do? Okay.
Number 1 is definitely step out of your comfort zone. That is the biggest thing for me. Okay. Being safe is not good. So whatever you're comfortable doing, step out of that and be uncomfortable. Okay. Number 2 is invest. Like I said before, not just money, but your time, your efforts, your motivation, your intelligence. Just invest it. Number 3, write down everything. That was the biggest thing for me. Whatever you set your mind to, write it down. It comes into fruition that way. Number 4 is focus on branding. I'll get into the golden hands difference from J.O.Dolla. Because that's when things took off for me. But branding is very important, especially if you're marketing to customers. And to me, everybody's a customer. Yep. And number 5 would be accept failure. If something doesn't work, it's okay. Use that as a learning tool and just keep going. Now you know what not to do the next time, and don't let that stop you.
And I want to go back on the invest, because like he said, it doesn't mean money necessarily. Invest time, invest effort. Investing doesn't, like when people say success, it doesn't mean money. Success can be whatever you want it to be. But like he said, 2 to 3 in the morning, he's downloading songs. That's investing time in his business. It has nothing to do with money. You can invest and be successful without even spending a dime. Uncomfortability. He's 100% accurate again. You have to be uncomfortable in order to be successful. Comfortability does nothing but make you comfortable where you are at. You are where you are because of who you are. He took something that he believed in and made it a passion of his. He eats, sleeps, drinks, no pun intended, DJing. If it has nothing to do with his goal, he doesn't deal with it at all.
It's a fact.
So let's transition, because you mentioned it. Golden hands, 2 S's.
2 S's.
Why the 2 S's?
So let me explain how I got my name first, and that leads into it. Everyone knows my name is Josh. Back in school, I used to make the S a dollar sign, like everybody does in school. So I'd write it on my homework, tests, the board, the chalkboard. Everybody just knew me as J.O.$H. That's how I spell my name. Right. J-O-S as the $H. Teachers used to be like, J.O.$H. My friends, J.O.$H. So, which is too long of a name, so I just dropped the sign H, and it just became J.O.Dolla. So I had a thing for S's because of that. So S was like, I kind of took that as my favorite letter, so to speak. Right. So when I developed Golden Hands, I was like, why don't I make a second S, since that S is important to me? Right. Because that made the dollar.
Where did the name come from?
Golden Hands?
Yes.
Honestly, it was I forgot where I was at. It was a party though. And somebody came up to me and was like, yo, you rocking that. You got them golden hands.
Done.
Bing. Done. I was like, Golden Hands. And it became a brand. While I'm DJ J.O.Dolla, the person, Golden Hands became the brand from
I've
that.
never seen so effortlessly and comfortably rock a party, rock an event, even whether it's his house party. Like I said, he throws the best house parties I've ever seen besides the GOAT, Ant. Shout out to Ant. Never see anybody do it like J.O.Dolla.
Ant's the GOAT.
And is the GOAT. So we spoke on how you would help motivate and the direction you would give someone who came up to you who wanted to be an entrepreneur and a DJ. You spoke about what motivates you and gets you to your goal and your passion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to say random things. I want you to give me the first word that pops in your head.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's start easy.
This is good.
We'll start easy. Success.
The first word that popped into my head, honestly, was dedication.
DJ.
Fun.
Family.
Love.
Wisdom.
Lonnie.
I'll take it.
That really popped into my head.
Motivation.
Wait, didn't you say motivation?
Did I say motivation already?
I thought you said motivation first. But no, you said success.
I said success.
And motivation was probably the word for success.
So 5 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
J.O.Dolla is on the radio, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want the Golden Hand brand to be? Because I know you do more than just DJ.
Yep. So, good question. So, I want to expand with the brand. Because a lot of times people used to inquire about me DJing their event and I was unavailable.
Right.
And they'd say, well, hey, do you know someone else that can do it?
Ooh.
And I'd say, yeah, here's my boy's number, give him a call.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'd be like, hey, well, do you know any videographers or any photographers? And I'd say, yeah, here's my boy's number, boom, boom, boom. And it kind of clicked. Like, I was like, I should be collecting all that money, or at least a portion of it. Why not recruit a staff? Why not have a team of people that I can deploy and just monopolize it?
Under the Golden Hands brand.
Under the Golden Hands brand.
Wow.
So I say that to say eventually I want to be a complete monopoly where you can come to me for the venue, for the caterer,
right,
for the decorator.
Right.
Whereas now I just have a team of other DJs and videographers and photographers.
And the double entendre is everybody has to use their hands.
Everybody got to use Golden Hands.
And they will only have Golden Hands. That is freaking smart, bro.
So as a person who's getting married, imagine a one-stop shop. So all of your
it would have saved me a lot of time and money.
Mm-hmm. And I just take care of everything for you. You don't have to do anything. All you gotta do is just walk around.
That's actually pretty smart.
So, I want to expand on that.
So whoever's watching this right now, wherever you are, it doesn't matter, by the way. We will come to you. If you need a DJ, photographer, videographer, a caterer, any type of event, it does not matter. Golden Hands with 2 S's. But where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram, which is J.O.Dolla, J_O_Dollar, DOLLA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Facebook, of course, it's Josh Rogers. Email, joshrogers@goldenhands.com.
Okay.
2 S's.
I just want to thank you, bro, for even giving me the opportunity. I know we're cool and we're fam, but to sit down with you and to pick your brain and to hone in on J.O.Dolla, not Josh, but J.O.Dolla, and to see how far you have come from the iPad to top 5 dead or alive, your DJ's favorite DJ.
I'm gonna post that picture.
You should.
I need to make that into a poster and put it on.
It was both I didn't have this and he didn't have that. But no.
I want to thank you before you get into that. I love what you're doing. Love what you're doing. I've always said, not only are you a good motivational speaker, but you're a good teacher. You're a great friend.
I appreciate it, man.
So it's an honor to be a part of what he's doing.
I did this with the people I surround myself with, like you stated earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There's no phonies in our circle.
Not one.
And we have no filter at all.
Not one. And if there's ever a bit of phoniness, we're quick to check it.
We'll call you out in a heartbeat.
That's another thing. Check your friends.
Can we normalize checking your friends, please?
It's okay.
There should be no yes men in your crew.
Check them.
If you are around somebody who okays everything, if you're around somebody who doesn't check you when you do something wrong, you need to let them go immediately. Check your friends.
It's okay to do that. I don't mean stop speaking to them forever and all that other stuff.
If they cancel you after you check them, they were never your friend.
Ever.
Never your friend.
Ever.
But no, seriously, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to come down here to your home, which he has a library in his house. This is his house. Yeah, this is just one room of the 95 rooms in his house.
It's a few books.
He's read 35% of these books.
Yeah, the yearbook, the photo album, and the Spider-Man comic book.
But I know for a fact you're gonna do nothing but great things, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Whenever I get a chance, I always step out to support because if we don't take care of each other, nobody else will.
You always support, man. I love it.
And
love it.
And even I flake too, but I support too. I'm not gonna lie, I do flake. But
when you flake, sometimes you tell me.
I do. Yeah.
So it's not a flake if you just tell me in advance.
Like I said, I just want to drive. I just want to be Turtle. Just let me drive the car.
Guy.
He's Vinny Chase. This is gonna be Entourage. I just want to drive the truck. But you can see down below where you can find J.O.Dolla's information at. I am L. Gregory as always, and this is Lee Knows Podcast. If you want to be successful, you have to be dedicated. You have to have consistency. You have to be uncomfortable. And you have to give nothing but hard work. And that's how you go from an iPad to top 5 dead or alive, your DJ's favorite DJ, J.O.Dolla, under the Golden Hands brand. 2 S's.
2 S's.
Trust me.
Lee knows.
My man. I appreciate you.
My God. My brother. It's a pleasure, man.
Always.
Let's grab a drink.
Yes. Shot time.
It's always shot time.
1, 2, 3. Trust me.
We know.